it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today for another Simple Stamping Saturday. And of course, as we are still in Sale-a-bration, it's a Sale-a-bration special. So this is the stamp set that I'm going to be using. This is part of the second release of Sale-a-bration items. It will be a level 2 item and is available from the 3rd of March. So this is the second release Sale-a-bration brochure. So there is foiled paper, there's this stamp set, which as you can see is huge and it's reversible. There's the Well Dressed, which I'm thinking of as the male version of the Dress to Impress stamp set, level 1. The paper was level 1 as well. 6 sheets of embossed vellum, and they're 12 by 12, level 1 item. And the Tags in Bloom, which coordinates with the Label Me Fancy and Label Me Lovely punches in the mini catalogue, and this is again a level 2 item. And it's a 2-step stamping stamp set. And then in this little catalogue at the back, we've got everything that is in the first release, which will carry on until the end of March, or there will come a point where some items will become unorderable. So if you want any of these items, in fact any of the items, get them sooner rather than later. And of course don't forget the joining offer, and if you've got a larger order, the Little Ladybug host set. So let me show you today's card. So this is the stamp set. It coordinates with the Cup of Cheer dies, which were in the Autumn Winter catalogue, and they are still available. The Cup of Christmas stamp set isn't, but these dies are. They're available on my website. If you go to my online store and just search for Cup of Cheer, then you will find them, and I'll list them both below this video and over on my website. Now remember, my website, you can get to the post for this video just by clicking the link in the description bar. It says associated blog post. So let's have a quick look at the stamp set. I have got some of the stamps out, but you get 2 sheets because this sheet, which goes over this side, is for the reversible stamps, and then this sheet is for the standard stamps. There are some lovely sentiments, so let's hang out soon, make today amazing, rise and shine. You've got this, but first coffee or tea, and then lots of kisses and hugs, steam and a raindrop, flowers, tags for tea bags, and then the cups. So you've got one with a lovely pattern and one with circles, and you can put the flowers into the circles, and the this you can also put round the circles. And of course the dies cut both ways. They also cut the tag, so really lovely set to go with your tag dies, or put your tag dies in your order, and then that helps you get to your qualifying order. So let me show you today's simple stamping card, and it is very straightforward. I've used 3 ink pads. You could get away with 2 by using smoky slate for your my brain sentiment as well. But and of course, because it's Simple Stamping Saturday, I have stamped on the envelope as well. So let me grab another note card, because this is one of our note card and envelope projects. Oh, I've just realised I haven't got my new lights on. No, got to put my new lights on. So there's that. And pa-chung, pa-chung. That's probably better. Sorry about that. It's been one of those days. Right, so my ink pads, don't need that one, that's for later. My ink pads are Blushing Bride, Smoky Slate and Early Espresso. I am deliberately stamping the mug crooked. If you're worried about stamping things straight or not, don't try and stamp them straight, because then you can deliberately stamp them crooked and then they don't look as if they're wrong. Just a little hint there. So this is my mug stamp, and I've got the crosses up, just had to check that. but it will obviously work both ways. So if you flip it over, it's a really nice thick stamp because it is one of the reversibles. If you flip it over, then you've got a plain mug, but obviously you can leave it. I want it that way up. Now, because these are very, very solid images, I am going to use my stamping pad. I don't often, because I've got a whole wodge of grid paper and padding underneath my mat, but just in case, I want to make sure that this is a really well stamped image, so I'm going to use my piercing mat. So ink up your cup, and as I say, I am going to deliberately stamp it at an angle. And the joy with these stamps is that you can see through to see whether you have actually got all of the stamp pushed down, and we have. So that is the mug. Then I need smoky slate for the steam, and I'm going to do one stamp, and I am rocking, and that's so that I know that these are not coming onto the mug. So I just rock it from tip to top and then keep it flat when I get it there, just to make sure that I don't come over the edge of the mug. So that's all I need my smoky slate for. And then, as I say, you could just use smoky slate for your sentiment, but I decided I would use early espresso. It sort of seemed appropriate, bearing in mind I was then going to stamp the word coffee. So I do think my early espresso probably needs re-inking, but we will see what we can do. Yeah, it does. It definitely needs re-inking. Okay, just to make sure, I will huff on it and hold it down there for a reasonable length of time. I don't think this end's going to be brilliantly stamped. That's all right. It's okay. And then turn it over. This is my inside edge, and I've got the coffee, which I will just, there's my crease, add coffee. Now what I've done with the other cards is I've actually added the steam on the inside of the card as well, and I think I'm going to do it again. So let me just grab my scrap of paper and my smoky slate, because I want to use second generation. So ink up, stamp off, and then I'm going to go right over the top of coffee and have the little curlicues either side of the F, so it's kind of curled round. Didn't do that on my original. Oh, envelope warning. Didn't do that on my original, which I will show you in a moment, but why not change it up? So again, I'm going to, actually I will bring in my scrap again. I'm going to ink up and stamp once in full strength, and then once again, and there we've got our little curlicues. So close up my ink pad, pop those to one side to clean later, and bring in my card and crease it. And I know it's a bit of a mantra for me, bone folder's a really good investment. Now I have done ... because you can fit coffee or tea into this space, but I wanted there to be a, you know, a weight. These I actually did in black, because early espresso is so dark you probably wouldn't notice that that's in black if I hadn't told you. If you've got the neutrals Stampin' Write markers, this is the early espresso one, of course you can use your Stampin' Write marker instead, in which case you can use the right colour and just some little ... dots, but otherwise any black pen will do fine. So those are my two simple cards. Then I have stepped it up a wee bit just by adding some pattern paper and some standard bits of card. And again, I've gone for crooked, and I've just added this on a little scrap of Whisper White. And then in the middle, we've got coffee again. And then my stepped up version, my more avid crafter, is this one, which I've die cut. I've added the tags. We've got steam, that is the silver metallic thread. I've added some bling, and again, I've got the coffee on the inside. Now, these I actually stamped and embossed using the technique that I shared on Tuesday this week. So if you're going to have a look, it's Top Tip Tuesday, stamp in any colour ink, or heat emboss any colour ink, and you'll see how I did this. And I then added a second layer of clear heat embossing to get a really shiny shine on both the tags and the mugs. And while I was at it, I thought I'd have a go at doing coloured heat embossing in 2 layers as well. So this is using the reverse, so it's this mug, so the flat mug. I heat embossed in silver, then I used the mug with the circle in the middle, obviously, and having heat embossed the silver, inked up the one with the circle in Versamark, and used copper. So that's copper embossing powder, and that's how you get this two-tone. So have a play. Don't think that you have to just use one colour or, you know, one layer. Have a play. So there we are. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed that and found that fun, interesting. Bit different colour scheme for me. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and please do remember to subscribe. If you are in the UK, I would love to earn your business, so give my customer service a tryout. And otherwise, if you are in France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands or the UK, do remember that you can join my team, and joining during Sale-a-bration is the best time, because you get the mini trimmer, the designer series paper, sample pack, and any catalogue itemed stamp set, by which I mean not Sale-a-bration or host set, so anything that has a price tag next to it, you can add that free to your starter kit as well. So why not have a think about it? I do cover most of the UK, and I am in Europe as well with my team, so it would be great to have you join us. Thank you very much indeed for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!